Chapter 62, Boar. I was going to be baptized into the color yellow outside of my parents' boar. My parents' boar is shared with their house on Paulina Street by Howard Station. We live in the loft on top of the boar. Marcus and his family arrived at exactly 10 in the morning on February 3rd to baptize me. I heard a knock on the door and it was Queen Valerie, all cloaked up. "Good morning, Hannah," said Queen Valerie when I opened the door. "Good morning," I said with a smile. I then went out and kissed Marcus. "Where were your parents?" Queen Valerie asked. "We're up here," yelled my dad, Peter, from the upstairs. My dad came down the stairs. "Do you need us for anything?" my dad, David, asked. "I actually do," said Queen Valerie. "What is it?" Peter asked. "I need you to hold her hands as she is getting baptized. So Valerie, you can also get a little wet, and with the yellowy goodness in the bucket I'm going to dump on her, because that way she can put her hood down while she is at your house, along with when she is in Robbinsog, where he lives," said Queen Valerie, when you two are not Awarists." "Okay," said Peter. "Fine," said David. "Do you have a garden hose for me to fill the bucket up with, water outside?" Queen Valerie asked. "No hose, but we have a faucet," said Peter. "That's fine," said Queen Valerie. "Go to the alley on the side of a building, and you can fill up the bucket there," said David. "Thank you," said Queen Valerie. Queen Valerie then went off to get the water, and she was going to dye yellow for my baptism. Then I went outside, and then I hugged Marcus. "This is it," I said. "I know," said Marcus. "I can't wait to start my life over again after this," I said. "That sounds like you had a bad life," said Marcus. "You're right, I should have worded that better. What do you want to do afterwards?" "I don't know. I don't know about today, but tomorrow we're going to worship the Lord, and afterwards I would love to walk around the loop with you so Valerie I can fit into Chicago in society and still be segregated from it like you," I answered. "Good idea," said Marcus. "Hey guys, in case you were wondering, after the baptism we're having drinks at our bar," said Peter. "Okay, fine," said Marcus. "That's fine," I said. I then turned to Sam. "Congratulations, Hannah," said Sam. "Isn't that something you say after the baptism?" I asked with a smile. "What?" Sam asked. "I'm joking, but thanks anyways," I said. "Anytime," said Sam. I then turned to George. "How are you, George?" I asked. "Good, I am super excited for you," George answered. "Me too," I said. "I can't wait for you to live my happy life, except with the color yellow and not green." Me too," I said. I then turned to King Morven. "Good luck today," said King Morven. "I can't tell you how thankful I am for your wife for being willing to do this," I said. "She is always willing to convert people. After all, she is a high priestess," said King Morven. Not a, the, because she is the only one currently," I said. "Whoops, wrong choice of words on my part," said King Morven. "That happens to me all the time," I said with a smile. Then are you thinking about becoming a high priestess because you said the word currently at the end of that previous statement?" King Morven asked. "Nope, it was just the wrong choice of words," I said. I then turned and hugged both my parents. "Thank you so much for letting me do this," I said to my parents after I hugged them. "You're welcome," said Peter. "We wouldn't have done it if we felt that being gay was a mental disability, but we don't," said David. "I know, but that was not how you raised me," I said. "Let me teach you a lesson about non-religious people raising non-religious kids," said Peter. "What is it?" I asked. "They don't care if their children become religious or not." "I know, but you two know I won't be celebrating Christmas and Easter with you anymore because those are Christian holidays, along with holidays with the word saint in it," I asked. "Yes," said David. Can you still work the bar on St. Patrick's Day?" Peter asked. "Work? Yes. Celebrate? Absolutely not," I answered. And you will still be able to celebrate American holidays with us?" David asked. "Yep," I answered. We don't live in America, and we celebrate American holidays," said King Morven. "Thanks for letting us know," said Peter. Just then Queen Valerie arrived back. "All right, everyone, I'm about to perform the ceremony," said Queen Valerie. "You said you were going to need us?" David asked. "Yes," Queen Valerie answered. I I then let my dad hold on to my hands, and Marcus and his brothers and King Morven formed an aisle with two on each side, and Queen Valerie walked down on it. Now, Hannah, I am going to ask you and your dad a series of questions. When it is over, I am going to dump the water on you. I also am required by the Lord to pretend I don't know your parents with the questions I ask, said Queen Valerie. I nod. Hannah, do you know why we are here? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, I want to be an Awarist, I said. Or the people you were holding hands with your parents? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, I answered. What is your name? Queen Valerie asked my father Peter. Peter Mark Gregory, answered Peter. Do you approve of your daughter becoming an Awarist? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, Peter answered. What is your name? Queen Valerie asked, turning to look at my father, David. David Daniel Gregory, David answered. Do you approve? Do you approve? Yes, David answered. Hannah, do you know when you need to put your cloak hood up or down? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, I answered. When? Queen Valerie asked. When I am doing an activity that involves my favorite color, I answered. Queen Valerie then moved a bucket that was sitting behind her to the front of her, and there was a lid on it. Remove the lid, said Queen Valerie. I then removed the lid, and the water was dyed yellow. Is that your favorite color in the form of water in there? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, I answered. What are the rules of segregation? Queen Valerie asked. I must always wear my cloak in public outside of my house, and the houses and nations of other Awarists, and I must hate society for how it treats people with social anxiety, and can never interact with anyone unless they are sad, and I can have my cloak off if I do an activity that involves water, I answered. Peter, do you approve of these rules? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, Peter answered. David, do you approve of these rules? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, David answered. When and where do we worship the Lord? Queen Valerie asked. On Sundays, and I think the nearest Awarist is in Robbinsog because you are the only high priestess, I answered. What do you do if you are unable to worship the Lord on a Sunday? Queen Valerie asked. I contact you, and you let me know what to do, I answered. Do we accept anyone as our Savior? Queen Valerie asked. No, we just believe in God. We just believe in a God that makes us who we are, and we have no prophets and celebrate no holidays of other religions and just celebrate national holidays. Peter, are you okay with this? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, Peter answered. David, are you okay with this? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, David answered. Now, you two know she can have her cloak off in front of you while she is in your house in Boar? Queen Valerie asked. Yeah, yes. Hannah, there are 4 words you are forbidden to say without saying them. Do you know what they are? Queen Valerie asked. Yes, I answered. Say the 3-word statement as the exact opposite of the statement that we are forbidden to say. Queen Valerie said. This is real, I said. Without warning me, this is when she poured the yellow water on me, and the yellow water came hard. I almost lost the grip on my dad's and fell over. When it was over, I was soaked, and my dad's are plenty wet too, which is good because that means I can talk to them in the house and Boar with the cloak off. By the power of our God and us and our favorite colors, I hereby declare you an Awarist to the color yellow, said Queen Valerie.